So welcome to my channel guys. This video is going to be about how to build an AI marketing employee for your SaaS, and it's really very easy if you follow the right steps which I've shown in the entire video. So make sure you watch till the end. So let's say you have just launched your SaaS, your landing page is live and people are starting to sign up. For the first 2 or 3 leads, you reply very fast because you're really excited and you answer within the hour, and it works for you because you are able to close a couple of them just because you responded very quickly. Slowly a week passes by and you're busy shipping a new feature or maybe fixing a bug, writing a launch post maybe, and the lead from Tuesday, the one who asked a good question about the pricing, is still waiting for your reply. You plan to answer them, it is not that you are ignoring, but then 3 days have already passed by the time you decide to write back, and that lead has lost interest or it picked a competitor who answered first. This happens because manual follow-up does not scale. It is not because you do not care, it is because you are one person and you are also building the product at the same time, and therefore you now feel the need to hire someone because the workload is starting to increase. But instead of hiring someone to sit and manage that inbox, I built an automated system that does it for me. It follows up with every lead on a schedule, and when a lead writes back, it reads the reply and answers to it too. All of this happens the moment someone fills out the form without me having to remember any of it. If you build AI powered SaaS products, subscribe to this channel because I keep posting these videos regularly. And let's get started. The system runs on 4 parts. Cloudflare Workers runs the backend code. It is serverless, runs close to the user, and costs almost nothing at this scale. Supabase is the database. It stores every lead and every email both sent and received. Resend handles the email itself and it sends from your own domain, and it also receives replies and forwards them straight to your worker. And Groq is where the writing happens. It runs the language model that generates the email fast and cheap. And here's how a lead comes in. Someone fills out your form with their name and email. The data hits the worker, which checks for spam and checks if the email exists already, so nobody starts 2 sequences by accident. If everything checks out, the lead gets saved in Supabase and the whole thing kicks off. The first thing you need to set up is your Resend. This is where our emails get sent from and are received. I'll show you exactly how to add your domain and turn on receiving right now on the screen. So firstly, you have to come on to resend.com and then log in over here, and then you'll see when I come to domains, there is a add domain option. So you have to click that and enter whatever your domain is and select any region you want and then add a domain. Now Resend will have to add DNS records to your domain so that it can verify whether the domain is yours. So as you can see on my screen, we need to add these 3 DNS records, which would be to enable sending and for domain verification. So now I'll quickly add them onto my domain and connect my domain to Resend. So now I have added the DNS records and it is connecting to my domain. As you can see, my domain has been verified and you can see that sending is enabled. But now to receive emails, you also have to enable receiving from here. For that, I need to add one more DNS record, which I'll be adding right now. So now after adding that DNS record as well, now you can go to webhooks and add a webhook from here. Let's say and then I have to select the email received event from here. So yeah, so now I've added a webhook and it has given me a signing secret. So you have to copy that as well, and then you have to go to API keys and create one API key. And add it, and it will give you an API key which you can copy as well. Then you are almost done. So now then you have to come to emails, and if you click on the 3 dots over here, you will see a receiving address. So this is your recent receiving address, but we don't have to do anything with it right now because you have already added your webhook, and Resend will forward all emails which are received to your webhook. And now you have to make sure that in your app, this is the URL where you receive the emails and has the webhook signing secret which you copied some time back applied to it correctly as well. And that's all we have to do on Resend. So now this might be the easiest part of the entire process. Go on to Groq and just click start building over here. So it will take you to the login page, and since I've already logged in right now, I can just go ahead and create an API key. And that's it. That's your Groq API key. Groq is a LLM model. This is different than Elon Musk's Groq. Okay, all you have to do is copy, and if you want your agent to understand how to integrate it, you can copy this part as well. But I believe Claude might already know it, or any coding agent would already know that. So you can just copy your key from here along with your Resend API key. You'll also be sharing this with your coding agent. And now coming to Supabase. Supabase is basically your database, but if you're not using Supabase as your primary database for your SaaS, this is of no use to you right now. But if you are using, you might have set it up using its environment variables already, and you can use the same ones because this AI automation uses the same API keys to access your database, and you can just get it from inside your project, which you already have in your environment variables. I won't show the entire process of how to set up Supabase again here because I've already done that in one of my previous videos. You can go and watch that video if you still don't know how to set up Supabase. Now we will be moving on to Cloudflare, and to use Cloudflare, first you have to come onto the website and log in. And after logging in, basically all you have to do is open your VS Code where you have your project, and in here, if you have Wrangler installed, you just have to log into it. And if you don't have it, you can just ask Claude to install it for you because it's very easy. And I'll display the command on the screen which you have to enter for installing Wrangler. So now after entering pnpx Wrangler login, it has given me a link which I need to copy from here and then open where you have logged in your Cloudflare so that I can authorize Wrangler to connect to my Cloudflare account. So now we will have our Cloudflare connected to our VS Code as well, which your Claude or any coding agent can access to. And after logging in, you'll see that it's logged in successfully, and then you have to enter all your API keys which you have gathered throughout this video and enter them over here along with this prompt which I've just pasted. You can find this prompt in the description below on my GitHub link, and all you have to do is hit enter. So now as you can see, it has finished and it has now set up the entire system, but now I'll be showing you what it exactly does. Okay, so this is my company's website actually, and I've hosted the project on a subdomain. Since now I'll be changing it to the subdomain where I've hosted it. So now you can see that this is a sample demonstration which I created, and it is called Seatly. It's basically a ticket booking platform SaaS. And let's say I was the customer and I entered something over here in this form, and I entered my email as well, which got stored in your Supabase database. So after filling the form, I've received this email from my workflow which I created saying, "Hi Dexter, we got your message and are excited to hear about Sunset Sounds Festival and all." And as you can see, it has given me a CTA button as well. You can add anything like book a call, let's say for example, whatever you want. And now I'll be replying to the email so that we can test our workflow. Let me know the prices. And after I send it, all I have to do is wait for the entire workflow to complete, and I receive the response from the agent. And as you can see, within 10 to 15 seconds we have received one more message. So if I click show now, it will be a response to my earlier email saying that we are glad you are interested in knowing the pricings and let us know what the pricings are. So basically now this is going to be a marketing employee which is now going to talk to my customers automatically without me having to interfere much, unless something really becomes very important. So that's the entire workflow about. And similarly, we can automate many other email features using Resend and whatever I've shown in the video right now. So that's how it works. So now basically every key we added today, Resend, Groq and Supabase, needs to be rotated once you are done testing before real leads start filling out that form. If you pasted any of them into Claude or even Codex, which even I did right now, and I'm going to follow this step as well, you can now consider those keys as seen by someone else already. And for that, you need to go back into each dashboard, Groq, Supabase and Resend, delete the old API keys and variables and create new ones, and then integrate in your app again. It takes 5 minutes and it closes a real gap. A leaked key might give someone access to your email sending, your database and your model usage as well, all at once. So that's the entire video, and thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel because I keep creating such unique and easy ways to automate your businesses as well as build softwares.